So Josh is going to work in the salon, so that'll be nice because that'll make sure that he's around a lot more. Also, I love the stuff with him and Patrick. Patrick is so going to try and get him into everything that he's into, and like this has been Patrick's dream to have someone else like this, and Josh will just go along with it because that's how nice he is. So yeah, I think they two are going to be really good. Little early stages for Nicola, she couldn't feel the baby, so she got a bit worried, but we all know if we've seen it that she is going to have this baby early, so yeah, this is sort of the early signs that something's going to go a bit wrong. Well, it's all coming out for Penny, isn't it? So basically they had their scan and her and Vinny obviously go along and they're seeing the baby and everything's all good. But Vinny wasn't there for a couple of minutes at the very start because he was meant to be going to see a buyer about the soap, so he obviously wasn't there. And then the sonographer person comes out and says that Penny's actually, she's further along than 14 weeks. So they thought she was 14 weeks, which would have counted it back to New Year's Day, which would have counted it back to New Year's, which is when she slept with Vinny. So she thought that it all added up and that's fine. But a bit of an issue, the sonographer says she's a little bit further along than that. And yeah, Harry's now in the mix, surprisingly, because apparently I shot this night with Harry before that. And yeah, now she's a little bit concerned that this baby isn't Vinny's. So B is just trying to get in everyone's business, isn't she? She's obviously trying to get in Honey and Billy's business because she's heard about Billy being with Tina like years ago, and obviously, yeah, she's just trying to get in everyone's business. Right, I'm not going to lie, Vicky, but this whole Zach moving in thing is not a good idea. Ooh, Penny, you're in trouble, girl, because honestly, Nicola's not the one you wanted to work this out, but she has, so obviously Nicola is now demanding a DNA test and it's like, we'll prove it, so yeah, I mean, she really was not the one you wanted to work this out, but there we go. So, I'm not going to lie, Penny, you've got yourself a problem in Nicola. Obviously, Nicola's desperate for Penny to do this DNA test and prove if this baby's Harry's or no, which I think Penny's going to have to do. However, and regardless of all that, obviously it was opening night at Night Fusion, George's new restaurant, and that was quite cool actually. I think that's going to be a cool thing to have. So obviously everybody was all happy about that, and obviously Nicola was the one that gave them the money for it, if we remember, so she was all involved in it and they were all planning to decorate and sort everything out. But the big thing is Nicola has had a couple of pains. She started having pain a little bit earlier beforehand, and then by the end she's really in pain. So yeah, we think that this is obviously the beginning of Nicola going on early labour. I love that Vicky's there for Shaq, I do, but honestly I think this living together situation is going to cause trouble. I'm not going to lie, I never thought I'd say this, but I actually felt sorry for Elaine a little bit because Ian is just trying to do anything to get at her. And obviously I'm happy that George obviously offered her Night Fusion and was like, can I have it a Night Fusion and things like that. So yeah, hopefully maybe Elaine will win this campaign if she has it at Night Fusion. I actually love the Ian and Elaine stuff, and it's actually made me think, do we think that Ian and Elaine are going to get together in a relationship? I feel like Josh just wants answers, he just wants to know what happened and what drove Jasmine to that really. And then obviously the big one of today, little baby Ivy was born, so Nicola and George have had their baby early. Obviously she was only like 2 pounds and was really tiny, which is so cute. And yeah, they called her Ivy, and also there's a bit of a complication with Nicola not being too well either at the moment, so yeah, we'll have to watch and see how the story unfolds, but it's going to be a bit of a journey for George and Nicola, I think, with little Ivy. That's it this week, so yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Bye!